Okay.
Oh, you get to read an Aves. Although Aves has been playing with his forms interestingly recently.
He has, hasn't he?
He's sort of almost they're like traditional with an Aves contemporary twist on them, and it's really satisfying to have
I'm
watched
enjoying it. Yeah, I'm
the
enjoying
transition,
seeing
because
that.
he has this really natural flow, which is like a form of its own, which is just his kind of thing. But now
Aves form.
he's I don't think he's using actual forms, but he's changed the structure so they reflect a much more traditional form.
Yeah.
Maybe because I mean it definitely lends itself, but it's easier to cold read some of his more recent pieces because they have this more sort of traditional rhyme, but then he still throws in his cross rhymes and his extra syllables with mid rhymes and stuff. So
It's interesting.
It's been fun to watch, and I think he's recently written a longer piece. I know he was toying with the idea of writing some maybe prose or
I read one that was
actual
like,
story.
it was like almost 10 or it may have been the full 10. That the
No, I
one that
think
was
it's
most
quite
recent.
recent one. Mm.
Yeah. Ash says like Overlord says, yes, a wonderful beat to your poem, Casper. Yes. And so this one is Aves Condor. And it's called Back Alley Birds. I'm so nervous reading this poem.
That's what makes it worse as well. Trying to read ahead, just go with it.
So let me see how many pages it is on this, so I know when to end. Okay. Back Alley Birds by Aves Condor. Stuck in this revolving circle, leaping over the same hurdles, the options get cyclical, trapped reusing identical syllables, chances that slip my grasp, suffocating, trying to get a gasp. Recollect my breath, kissing the face of death, hoping that inspire newfound fire could never burn me into perfection, running in every direction. Climbing for that peak, lack of oxygen makes it bleak as I fall from the mountain in my last moments of fountain. Sentences spew so fast with an intensity impossible to surpass. In the reaper's wake and spurs of heartache, I exude a hate, this craving rage I can't satiate. Let it out for my sake, take sorry. In the reaper's wake and spurs of heartache, I exude a hate, this craving rage I can't satiate. Let it out for my sake, too much to take that I carry for each and every mistake I've made. Following birds from their songs, dropping words, stealing what they say, all sly when my ink runs dry. Listen to the condor, keep crawling back. I always want more. Each turn seems so crooked, the walls are narrowing. Just book it. Concrete's cracked, all uneven, turned around would be treason. Pieces I push that aren't up to snuff join the tally, disappearing into the night like innocence in those back alleys. I don't think I read that right.
That I think that went pretty good. Why don't you think you read it right?
Because I never think I get it right with Aves. I'm always like, nope, you
No,
almost
I
had
think
it.
that one. I think that was exactly what we're talking about, and the way that he's written it in this more sort of traditional way. So I think
Well,
you hit
thank
the
you.
intended flow. I feel like that was the intended flow
We'll
for it.
let Aves
Pretty
tell
much,
me.
pretty
I
close
hope
enough.
so.
Yeah. I
Yeah. I
want to
I
hear
like the
Aves read more again. We got a
I
tease
know
with
what happened. We
one
got that
cheeky
one
live a
tease.
little while ago, and he was so relaxed and calm. It was really
I
really nice.
know.
I want to see it again. So we're gonna have to
I thought for sure he would read it because he did so well
yeah,
with them. And
we're
then he
gonna have
didn't,
to
and it's like, oh,
try and get him on a
coax it.
guest spot or something, or coax it out
Yeah.
of him. Yeah, because it
Come
was
on,
just he did it on his
Ames.
own steam
He
last
did.
time,
He
just sat
did.
there reading. It was nice. It was a
And
very casual read.
it so nonchalant, like, yeah, I'm Aves, I'm
Mm.
here, dude. We're cool. We're
And
cool.
he was taking DMs and everything. It's so
Yeah.
chill. It's like, yeah, I'll read one of these. I'll read what of mine do you want me to read? Yeah, I'll read that one.
Oh, for the first live, he wasn't like
Yeah.
hyperventilating or turn. Yeah, we'll have to do it. We'll have to get him.
Mm.
Aves, you hear that? You're
Yes.
about to get stalked, dude.
We need
Run, run for your
more
life.
Aves live.
Um, but I like the way in his rhyming on this. A lot of it is half rhyme. He does not go for that solid rhyme
Yeah.
on it on a lot of the words, but they fit. Uh, so I like the way that he's more playing with the rhythm and the sound
Yeah.
than
It's all
trying to
about the
get it
rhythm,
direct. It's all about the rhythm.
definitely.
And then he's, writing on his favorite topic, which is damn,
Loving
life
birds.
sucks, and I'm trying to loving birds. Yes. Um, but I like the way it builds. Like there's a steady build, and then like a in right. That's how I read it in
He's
everything.
just got that truly poetic angst, like the sort of youthful
The
poetic
youthful
angst
poet angst.
to a lot of
Yes.
it. But the strong feelings that are so strong and deep because they're
Mm.
relatively new, but they're also
So
changing and
passionate.
adapting. So there's all of this, but he's very aware of the turbulence of it. So he's
Yeah.
constantly writing about this topic because it is a constant, especially.
Yeah. He's got that same passion, like how Leslie and I were talking, unable to believe that uh, Beauclair, I think it was, say the name wrong.
Baudelaire,
Baudelaire, thank you.
Beauclair.
Beauclair, Baudelaire. I have admitted a million times I never remember names correctly. It is a thing with me. I can't do names. Uh, but we were so shocked that he was just 19 when writing such
Mm,
passionate poetry. But like you just said, it makes sense because all those feelings are so fresh and so overpowering to a young person. But all of Aves's poetry is pouring out his heart and his soul, and
mm,
so passionate and so love, love, love a lot of times, or just angst that it's like, dang, are you really that young?
yeah, and
Because he's
also with his
very
knowledge
young.
of language and vocabulary, it is
Yes, the
unusual to
mythology.
have someone, yeah, all of these references, which are very, I mean, they feel like references that come with experience, but
Yes,
people gain experience very quickly. It's not always independent on how many. It's not always dependent on how many years you've spent. You can gain a
yes,
lot of experience in a short amount of time, and you
yeah.
can
And
feel a
Ash,
lot. You can feel a lot in a short amount of time.
you can tell that he's a very intelligent young man. I mean, that thinks a lot. I mean, he clearly thinks a lot.
Yes.
Um, and Ash says, feels casual, and Suki says, these poems are all so good, I'm having trouble knowing what to say. I'm going to have to just use hearts. That's okay, Suki. Sometimes things make a person speechless. I'm
Yeah.
sure everybody just really enjoys that you're listening. And Ash says, soak in that goodness, Suki. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
gorgeous, Ave. So thank you for writing. Really
Yes.
enjoyed
It's
it.
always satisfying to read Aves.
And and I really like, I gotta say, I like the way that he rounds it out at the end, um, where he says, "Pieces I push that aren't up to snuff join the tally, disappearing into the night like innocence in those back alleys." I mean, like innocence in those back alleys. That's something. Ashes, I hope he writes to the Friday prompt. Me too. I really, really do. He still hasn't asked for an image yet, so I'm waiting. It's like, come on, Aves, this one was built for you. Ask for an image. because you know he'd just kill it, right?
Yeah.
So really, really great. Thank you, Aves. I have to give him a nudge. Go, hey, Aves. Nudge, nudge,
Yeah.
nudge.
Give him a nudge. I mean, he's probably currently writing one of his many. He's, you know, he's just one of those prolific characters.
Yeah. It's always
Have you
nice to read
seen?
his poetry.
It's interesting seeing his. He's got one of those tier things where he's put all of his poetry. I wouldn't be able to do that because all of mine would just be like down at the bottom. It's like, no, it's all rubbish. But it's interesting the way that he can look at all of his work like that. I would find that very difficult.
What do you mean a tier thing?
Tier's like top tier is like the best thing you've ever written, and then it goes down.
Oh, he has
to
that?
how yeah, one of those things.
Oh, I
It's
know.
from some form of social media. I don't know which, but it's a very specific layout where it's just this tier thing, and you just drag the image that represents the thing into top tier, you know, higher tier, all the
Oh,
way
I
down.
didn't realize that's what he was doing with that. That's what that is?
He obviously has that somewhere and just occasionally pops it on his stories to show you what he's
Oh,
up to.
yeah, I didn't know. I just thought he was just, because his pictures are always so nice. So I just thought it's a layout, but I didn't realize there was a point to the layout.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you
Oh,
could
yeah.
change the order on Instagram. You can do that?
No, I mean, not on Instagram. This is a separate thing that he does aside, and then shares an image of it where he's got
Oh,
them
I don't
tallied
look
up.
at stories really.
Oh, well, you missed out.